This is part 3 and of my simultaneous linear equation tutorials. And this is going to be done by algebra, and it's actually very, very similar to part 2, which was done by drawing a picture. And actually, it's a little bit easier in part 2, although most kids don't like it this way. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a look at my question. It says I have nickels and I have dimes, which means I have two variables. One is my nickels and one is my dimes. I have 10 coins. So what I know from this, I have 10 coins means I have nickels and I have dimes, and that equals 10, right? So this is coins. And then it says, altogether I have 80 cents. So now I'm not talking about coins, I'm talking about money. Well, I have 80 cents, and what do I know about money? I know in nickels and dimes. I know that nickels are worth 5 cents each. So for every one nickel, I have 5 cents. And for every one dime, I have 10 cents. So I have 5n plus 10d equals 80. And the reason why is because if I had one nickel, let's just do this over here real quick. If I had one nickel and one dime, that'd be 5. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 10 times 1, which is 10. And my total would be 15 cents. Oops, that looks like 18. 15 cents. So I'm going to take these two equations and I'm going to use them together. And so I'm going to rewrite this. I'll do this in purple. I'm going to rewrite it like this. 5n plus 10d equals 80. And then I write down n plus d equals 10. Now, my ultimate goal is to get rid of one of the variables. So I see that nickels are smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this entire bottom by 5. And I'm going to use the distributive property. And I'm going to multiply everything by 5. And when I do that, the top equation stays the same. 5n plus 10d equals 80. Nothing changed there. But down here I get 5n plus 5d equals 50. And that's because I just multiplied the entire bottom by 5. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. I'm going to subtract. But when I subtract, I'm going to subtract the entire bottom from the entire top. The bottom equation from the top equation. 5n minus 5n is 0n. I don't have any nickels now. 10 dimes minus 5 dimes leaves me with 5 dimes. 80 minus 50 leaves me with 30. And it's really important to kind of keep everything in line. Well, if 5 dimes equals 30, I can simply divide by 5, and I get 1 dime equals 30 divided by 5 is 6. And if you're not sure about that, if you have 5 dimes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the whole thing's worth 30, you just have to try to figure out, well, each dime would have to be worth 6. Now, I know what you're thinking. A dime isn't worth 6. Oops. A dime's not worth 6. So what does that actually mean? It means that we have 6 dimes. And if we have 6 dimes, that would mean, remember we had the nickels and the dimes equal 10. If we have 6 dimes, it means that we must have 4 nickels. And to check to make sure that makes sense, I'm going to say, well, if I have 6 dimes is worth 60 cents, and 4 nickels is worth 20 cents, and when I add them, I get 80 cents. And that's it. So there's two things that are really difficult here. First is writing down the, they're not really difficult, but they're challenging. Writing down the equations, and altogether I have 80 cents, so I had to realize I was talking about money. Here I was talking about the number of coins. And then trying to figure out how to get rid of one variable. And like I said, 5 times 1 is 5, so I just multiplied everything by 5, but you have to do it to each and every component. And that's it. Then once you do that, you can subtract, and one of your variables, in this case the nickels, will go away. After I do that, I divided, I got one answer, I went back to the original, I got my second answer. Hope this was enjoyable. Thanks.